Hey guys, welcome back to Hike Oregon. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some backpacking food tips and meal ideas. If you are new here, welcome to the Hike Oregon family. I make hiking and backpacking vlogs as well as gear reviews and just general tips and tricks videos to help you become a more confident hiker and backpacker. If you enjoy content like that, click that red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are notified every time I make a new video. And if you want more content from me, you can always support me over on Patreon, where for as little as just $1, you get extra content each month. So in the past, I was kind of a gram weenie, and I definitely underate on backpacking trips because I wanted to save weight on food. And I would be okay on the backpacking trip. You know, sometimes I would bonk a little bit here and there, but mostly okay. But then I would get home from these 5 to 7 day backpacking trips and I would just be so depleted and feeling like crap for like a week or two. And it actually took me several years to figure out why I would come back from these backpacking trips feeling like absolute crap and then needing 1 to 2 weeks to fully recover and feel like myself again. So once I figured out that I was severely under eating on backpacking trips, I decided to figure out how many calories I should actually be eating or try to eat to feel okay. My last several backpacking trips, I tried to eat a minimum of 2,800 calories a day. Mind you, I was doing roughly 20 to 25 miles a day. So even 2,800 calories does not really meet my daily calorie expenditure, but it does get it much closer. Before that, I was eating, I don't know, maybe 1,200, maybe 1,500 calories, and I'm expending, 3,500 or whatever. Now, getting 2,800 calories is quite difficult. And I hear this from a lot of people that when they are backpacking, they're just not hungry while they're hiking, which, it makes sense. Usually we backpack in the summertime, it's hot. We just really don't feel like eating a ton of food. So what happens to a lot of people is they overpack food and then they come home with, half their food still and they're like, why did I carry 7 pounds of food? Trying to figure out how much is too much and how much is too little. That part is definitely tough, and it took me, like I said, many, many years to really figure it out and get it dialed in. So now I'm dialed in at around 2,800 calories, and it seems to be the sweet spot for me because I did come back from those trips not feeling depleted at all. I felt really great, really strong, and I felt awesome on the backpacking trips too. I had plenty of energy to do the 20 to 25 mile days and not get to camp and feel like I'm gonna pass out, and also not wake up multiple times in the middle of the night just absolutely ravenous. That does happen now if you are through hiking and you're hiking days and days and days and months on end. You just have a hiker hunger that you can't really quench. But for us weekend warriors or 5 to 7 day backpackers, if you're eating enough, you should not be waking up in the middle of the night starving to death. So in this video, I'm gonna go over some of the things that I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as snacks. And hopefully that will help you guys with some ideas on things to take on your backpacking trips. For breakfast, I absolutely love special breakfasts from Outdoor Herbivore and from Stowaway Gourmet. But if I'm going backpacking a lot during the summer and fall, I can't really afford these as well as backpacking dinners. So I usually make my own breakfasts. I do have a YouTube Shorts video all about how I make my high-calorie oatmeal, but basically it's oats, walnuts, chia seeds, hemp hearts, and you can add protein powder or powdered cream to increase the calories and protein. It also makes it really nice and creamy. For lunch, there are so many different options that you can do, but for me, it usually involves some sort of tortilla. So some sort of wrap and then whatever I choose to put inside it. Tortillas are generally high in calories, so it really helps boost my lunch calorie count. Probably my favorite lunch is the Outdoor Herbivore Pinhoti Pinto Queso. It's an easy tortilla filling that only takes 5 minutes to rehydrate, and you can rehydrate it with cold water. I also really like those tuna packets and chicken packets in tortillas, and then what I'll do with that is I'll add some chips or something to add like a nice crunch. If you want to add some sort of greens, you can get those bagged salad mixes. They're usually high in like cabbage, carrots, broccoli, that kind of thing. Stuff that's not leafy lettuce that will wilt. Those are really great to take on summer backpacking trips, and that helps get like that freshness and the greens in that you generally miss during backpacking trips. So to keep up with my 2,800 calorie goal for the day, I do have to eat about every 2 hours. I have to eat some sort of snack. I have a range of things that I enjoy. I absolutely love these Power Crunch bars. They're usually about 215, 220 calories, minimal sugar, 5 grams of sugar, and 13 grams of protein. So they are really, really awesome. I love any type of gummy candy, so I definitely take gummy candy with me on my trips. I usually take something like jerky. You can take some sort of hard cheese that isn't gonna get all melty and yucky. That's a great snack to have with the jerky. I also love these Belvita cookie packs. They're pretty high in calories, 230 calories right here if you can eat the whole thing. And then I am not really a fan of trail mix and nuts and dried fruit, that kind of thing. I know a lot of people are, and that is a great thing to take as far as a high calorie snack. One of the only trail mixes that I like is from Outdoor Herbivore. It's the Ginger Berry Fusion. Oh my god, if you like coconut chips and dried cranberries, I believe there's walnuts in there. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And that is one of the only trail mixes that I can eat, like just handfuls of. Delicious. Something else I wanted to quickly mention is keeping up with your electrolyte intake. When we go hiking and backpacking, we do sweat, even if you're not super hot. You are still sweating, you're losing electrolytes, especially in the summer. If you're just chugging water, you will very quickly lose the electrolytes. You will pee them out, you will sweat them out. And if you don't replenish your electrolytes, you will get headaches, you will not feel good, and no amount of water is going to make you feel not thirsty. So very important to replenish those electrolytes, and there's a few different ways. If you're very into gummy candy, there are tons of electrolyte gummies out there. I have really loved over the years these sport beans. They're 100 calories per pack. They have electrolytes and B vitamins and vitamin C, and these are really, really great. If you're looking for a drink mix, my favorite one is Liquid IV. These are so good, and I wish they weren't so expensive because I would drink these every day if I could, just in my day-to-day life. These are so delicious, and Liquid IV makes so many flavors. So this one is lemon lime. I haven't tried a lot of the other flavors, but wow, this one is delicious. For dinners, I just go the easy route. I buy backpacking meals. That's how I splurge on my backpacking food. Everything else, like I said, is pretty cheap. Just snacks, cheap lunches. I make my own breakfast, but I do splurge for dinners just because I don't want to take all these ingredients and cook all this stuff. I also don't just want to eat ramen. While it's calorically dense, it's not very nutritious, in my opinion. That's just not something I want to be eating for 5 days. I do like treating myself to some dinners. So here are some of my favorites. I like a lot of different brands that you can get at REI, like Backpacker's Pantry, Peak Refuel, Alpine Air. This is one of my favorite ones from Peak Refuel, the chicken pesto pasta. It is pretty high in calories, 920 calories, and 43 grams of protein. So this is pretty awesome if you can eat the whole thing. And my favorite backpacking dinners are from Stowaway Gourmet. It's actually a local Oregon company. They make really, really awesome meals. I mean, some of these meals I've tasted and I'm like, wow, did this come from a restaurant? It is literally gourmet. If you have watched a lot of my backpacking videos, you've probably heard me rant and rave about these over the years because they are delicious. Some of them are not super high in calories, but this one is 705, this one is 706, so pretty good. This one has 53 grams of protein and this one has 42, so really good and high in protein. These are awesome, but they are very expensive. So they are definitely a treat. But like I said, a small local business here to Oregon. So if you want to support local, try these. And they're always having sales. So I don't get commission or anything from this, but they're always having sales. So check them out. I'll link them below. And then another one of my favorite small companies that makes backpacking meals is Outdoor Herbivore, like I mentioned before. What I like doing with some of their dinners is like, this one is cheesy Sierra couscous. So it's just a cheesy couscous mix. So there's not much to it. So what I like doing with this one is I love adding a tuna or salmon packet just to kind of up that protein. I mix it in there and oh my God, that is probably one of my favorite backpacking meals. It is so good. And then they also have one that's called Naked Freckle Burrito and Switchback Burrito Stuffer. Those two are so good to put in a tortilla, like with some hot sauce and stuff on it. So good. I love those. And then I do always make sure to have some sort of dessert. I set up camp and then I eat dinner and then, you know, do some other camp chores, talk to my friends, hang out. And then by the time we're like ready to go to bed, it's been a few hours since dinner and I might be feeling a little snacky again. So I always love taking some sort of dessert. I used to religiously buy these little bars called Ocho candy bars, and they were like the healthy organic version of like Snickers and Almond Joy and that kind of thing, but they stopped making those, so I'm super sad. I'm gonna have to find something else now. But you could take something like those peanut butter M&Ms or like the caramel filled M&Ms. Those are really good. I also really like peanut butter cups because again, it's like a sweet treat, but it's also high in calories. And then of course, if you are not a fan of chocolate, there's always the gummy candy. I love the gummy candy. Always have it on every single backpacking trip. So I hope this kind of gave you some ideas on things to take. It's very important that you eat enough food on backpacking trips. Otherwise, you're gonna just feel awful and you're not going to enjoy yourself as much. So make sure to pack all the food that you think you might want. And if you find that after like 2 or 3 backpacking trips, you have, 5 or 6 bars left, all this jerky, all this trail mix, you're probably taking too much. So like I said, it takes some time to dial in your backpacking food. I hope this video helped. I do also have a blog post on my website regarding this nutrition on the trail topic, so I can also link that below, as well as all the things I mentioned in this video. If you don't already, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. That's where I post all of my recent hiking adventure pictures. And if you want to hike here in this amazing state of Oregon, check out my website, hikeoregon.net. There's lots of hiking, backpacking, and snowshoeing trail information on there. You can also get access to all of the hiking guidebooks that I've written over the years. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next adventure.